Hey guys, Torianne here. Just wanted to do a little video for you and talk a little bit about something that is going to just eat at your homeschool if you're not careful. And that is the fear that you can fail. Now, the fear of failure, it eats at everybody. There is no homeschool mom, whether you have been homeschooling for 20 years or whether you are just starting out or whether you're just thinking about it, that the fear of failure doesn't creep into your mind at some point. I know this because here I've been homeschooling for, I think we're going into like our 13th or our 14th year, and there are still moments where I think, oh no, I look at a child and they're not far as along in a certain area as I want them to be. I think, oh no, I'm failing. Or I look at the fact that my kids sometimes fight and they can't get along and I think, oh no, I'm failing. I mean, it's so easy to go into that mode. And so what I want to do is share with you today just a little something that you can do to fight that, because it is going to creep up. You have taken responsibility for the education of your children. That is a huge responsibility. And you are the primary facilitator, which means that if you get it wrong, you feel like you're going to be in trouble. They are really going to fail. And so you can feel like you're failing because you can see that your kids might fail. And that's what fear is all about, is looking into the future and seeing that something could go wrong and you don't like that. So here is the secret. There's two parts to it, and I may talk more about this later, but I just wanted these two things to get started. First, if that thought comes into your mind, you can't get answers if you stay there. So the first thing you want to do is flip it into something that's more positive. You want to think about how something is going well, or you want to think about how you can come up with a solution. You want to think, okay, so what is the worst case scenario? The first thing you want to do is attack those thoughts head on with some kind of proactive thought. Something that is going to allow you to flip into a place in your brain where you can actually start thinking of solutions. So if I look at my child great example is that my youngest child's handwriting is still at a place where it's pretty hard to read. But he's 9 years old, which means that that's like way behind what a lot of other people would say. And so I look at that and I think, oh no, he's behind in his handwriting, I'm failing. And then I flip it, because those thoughts are going to show up. I can't make those thoughts never show up. So what I then say is, wait, he's only 9. What can I do? And so I reframe it in I have control of the situation. There's always a solution. And I start to look for a solution, which in our case means I'm going to go look for a curriculum I've heard about in the past. He's the only one I've needed to do this with. We're going to work on handwriting. So I reframe it so I can start problem solving. I start solution looking. I start asking questions. The second thing is I'm going to take the big picture and I'm going to look forward. I'm going to say, okay, what is the worst case scenario? What can I do? What happens if his handwriting doesn't get better? And I say, can I live with that? And if I can, say, what would happen? And I just start to think through all the possibilities. And then I say, what can I do now? The other part of fear often comes from a fear of feeling like we have to get it perfect. Like I have to get everything perfect right now. Guys, I'm here to tell you, I am not perfect. You are not perfect. You are not going to get everything right. You're going to make mistakes in your homeschool. You're going to look back and say, oh, I totally wish I'd done that differently. Oh my goodness, I really wish that I hadn't said that, or we'd done that differently, or wow, I am never teaching it like that again. Perfection comes from when you think you have to get your homeschool right out of the gate, very first couple weeks. You're not. Your homeschool is going to have all sorts of mistakes. You're going to have all sorts of things that don't go well. Perfection is a killer for homeschool. I've been doing this for 13 years. I am here to tell you there are lots of things we tried and we never did again. There are things that I'm going to try in the next 6 weeks that we will stop doing because they're not working. You don't worry if you're not getting it perfect. You just start building a solid homeschool. And the way you start building a solid homeschool is one day at a time, one piece at a time, one learning element at a time. Those are the two things that I recommend that if you can spend some time thinking about, you're going to shift the way you homeschool. Start tackling your fear head on with problem solving. and stop worrying about getting it right away. Build it slowly, let it morph and adjust. Perfect kills a homeschool. Day by day, problem solving, that's what makes a successful homeschool. All right, I'm Tori Ann Perky from My Homeschool to Your Homeschool. Have a great day.